Hey everybody, it's me, Pam, Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I had to start my stuff again. I decided to continue on making stuff, and I wanted to lighten it up a little bit. It was getting all that dark, the dark stuff. So anyway, the dark paper, the dark whatever. So anyway, what I did was, that's bugging me in the shot. I have all kinds of this chipboard, right? And I used a box that looked just like this I mean, it was a chicken flavored stuffing mix. This is actually what I had I told you I made my dinner yesterday, a chicken and stuffing mix. But we use it a lot. It's not as, a critique on this is not quite as sagey as stovetop. Stovetop can be a little more sagey. This isn't quite as sagey. Anyway, so I used a box like this because I had one already, Actually, I used the one that I used yesterday. And I had this beautiful paper that my friend Faye had gotten me. And I had already made one of those toilet paper rolls that the journal fits down inside. I'd made one out of this. And I'd actually made it out of, I used some of this. Let's see, which page was it? You'll see. But this is a really beautiful pad, and it has the coordinating. Recollections did kind of help us out when they did this. It has the coordinating cardstock. Which page should it? This one right here. That's the page I used. And the card, it can coordinate with either this one right here, this greenish stuff, or this blue, which is what I did. And anyway, the whole thing coordinates. So I made it. I had the page left over from where I'd made that journal. Wrap that toilet paper roll. So I said, well, I'm going to use the rest of that. And I used one of, this was, I miscut on one of these. And I used this sheet of cardstock out of that pad. Like I said, it's just a drop in the bucket, but at least it's a drop. Okay. And the rest of this stuff I'll show you as I go. And the part of the cardstock that I used, this is all that was left of that out of one piece. I tried to use as much as I could. I may even keep this for, but this is what I cut my seashells out of. And yes, we're sea themed. So let me just show you what it did. One thing was, when I bought that D-stash from my friend Libby, she gave me everything that was actually in that rolly cart with the drawers in it. And I found two of these pads in it. And I said, that's a really pretty color. And then I got to thinking about that Tropic Bliss paper pad. But there were just two in there. So Libby, I got your paper pads. So look, I used one of those. And what I did was I made it more substantial. The other one I said I wanted to put a pocket in it. The one I made yesterday, and I said I wanted to put a pocket in it. And it didn't. It was too thin. Well, this one I made just a little bit wider so I could put that pocket inside. But this is what I came up with. And I made it like you would a journal. I made it out of that, this, and then I wrapped the paper around it and lined it. And these I cut out. I have a die set, a stamp and die set for that. The Stampendous, I just love this. And I cut out the starfish, the clam, and these other two, whatever. I don't know what those are. Anyway, I did that. Get those out of the way. And of course, this is a Tim Holtz Adventure Awaits. And it's plain on the back, but it's a little bit thicker. And there's the pad of paper. And over here is the little pocket that I made out of the paper. I put a little piece of lace down there just to kind of, give it a little something. And I made the two tags. Actually, this tag is just it's just the paper because the pocket's not very thick. And then this, I used a piece of the paper and a piece of the cardstock, but I lined it with that blue cardstock. This had to dry overnight, the lining, it was not going to bend. I couldn't do anything with it after I lined it yesterday. So all of the rest of this stuff I did today. I covered the cardstock. I covered the chipboard, and I lined it, and then I left it sit until it dried thoroughly, and then I came in and I did all the other stuff. I think it turned out really cute. You could still stick a couple more things in here. You could write notes on this or whatever. But I like that I added this lace. I said, this needs something down here, and so I put the lace on it. I did that. And I wanted to, and it still doesn't kind of, it still pops a little bit. And I wanted to use up the pieces, that the whole page. I wanted to use it up. And I did. The first one I made, it was a altered composition book, and I did this, and one of the pieces was just long enough to do this and this. It wasn't long enough to do the front and back cover too, so I thought instead of covering the front and half of the back or whatever, I would do it this way. And so I used the cardstock there. I don't know, and this is the lace I used on the inside. This is the lace I used on the inside of this, and this one right here. I don't know where it's from. Hobby Lobby. That's a Hobby Lobby lace. And I bought these at Hobby Lobby, and I bought a Christmas one, and I bought this one. And it was for just this purpose, where things meet. And I used the gold one out of there. After I opened it up, I had to put them in a little container. Show you the Christmas one so you can see what they look. This is what they look like, and then once you pop them off there, you're pretty much done. So I put them in one of these little containers from Dollar Tree. Okay, I did that one. I did nothing to the inside. I didn't ink the edges or anything. I was trying to use up my paper. And then what I did was I didn't want to do the whole front of this one and then do half the back, so that's almost exactly what I did on the next one, because I had a little bit of paper left. I made this one, and I used the lace again, and sticking with the white theme, the white letter theme. I had these stick-on notes, and they came out of this pack, and this was from a D-stash long time ago from a local, and there's all kinds of stickers in here, and I was they just about were just too old, almost. There's some white ones in there. It's like those are the numbers, but they come on a sheet like that. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. I used off that sheet there. Okay, so I'm using that. And on the back of this one, I did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do on that one. I did that. I did not put the gold across there, though, because it's just the back of the book, right? I thought about stamping something, and I said, it's just the back of the book. So anyway, that's what I made, using up the rest of the page that I had cut into, and using up some found item. And I don't know. I think they turned out kind of pretty. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're using up your stuff. If you're starting to do it. I have so many other things I need to be doing, but I'm doing this. And I'm probably going to do another project today, because it's cold here today, and it's rainy, and it's windy, and it's a good day to stay in and craft. I do have one little errand to do out. I have to go let my friend Faye's dog out. But I think I'll do some more. Thanks for watching, everybody.